This is Eugene Panrutkovich. I'm the laptop screen doc, and the name of the website is www.screensurgeons.com. Today we have an Acer Aspire E1 laptop computer with a cracked screen, and I'm going to show you how to replace a cracked screen on an Acer Aspire E1 laptop computer. Before we do anything with this or any other laptop computer, we want to make sure the laptop is safe to work on. And that means removing all sources of power, which includes the battery. So in order to remove the battery, we flip the laptop over. There's one orange lever right on top of the battery. You slide it to the left with either your fingernail or a screwdriver and tilt up the battery and remove it. And now the laptop is safe to work on. While we're on the bottom, I'll show you where to find the model number. There's a sticker, a white sticker, right above the Windows logo, and the first line on it says E1-531-4694. All we need to know is the E1. That's the model number. Okay, we flip the laptop back over and take a look at it. For this type of laptop, and for almost all other laptops, in order to get to the screen assembly, we need to remove the screen bezel. That's the plastic frame around the screen. And in order to remove the screen bezel, we need to remove two screws at the bottom that are hiding behind some plastic covers. So before we start that, we're going to go over the tools we're going to be using for this procedure. First, we have a PH1 electronics screwdriver. PH stands for Phillips, and 1 is the size. We also have a PH00 electronics screwdriver. It's just a smaller version for smaller screws. And a 2mm flathead screwdriver, and that's mostly to pry things open if needed. We also have a pair of metal tweezers to remove any screws that may be stuck and to manipulate any cables that we may need to. And finally, an X-Acto knife or a hobby knife, and that's to remove the plastic screw covers and also to lift adhesive tape. So that's where we're going to start on first, is we're going to use our X-Acto blade to remove the plastic screw cover. We lift it up, and what I like to do is put it right next to the screw opening so I don't lose it. And we do the same thing on the other side, and do the same thing and put it next to the screw opening. Then we use our PH1 screwdriver to remove the two screws at the bottom, 1 and 2. And for each step, for each set of screws, I like to keep the screws in a separate pile and keep them in the order in which I remove them, and that helps me keep track of which screws go where when I put the laptop back together. Now for the next step, we're going to snap off the screen bezel. So what we do is put our fingertips on the screen side and gently start lifting up the screen bezel on the screen side, and gently lifting it up, and listen for snapping sounds. And we work our way around the screen like this, and if you get stuck at a place, just go to a different place and come back to that place later on. And what sometimes helps is when you lift up and pull outward a little bit. That helps sometimes also, and corners are probably the most troublesome, so come back to the corners after you do the parts around them, like so. And we work our way around the screen bezel, and same thing on the bottom, like so. And then when the when the bezel is almost out, we use our flathead screwdriver to reach under the hinge covers and gently pry them off. So this might take a few tries. And what we're going to do is flip the laptop over, and there's still the plastic cover from when the laptop was brand new that's hindering us from lifting up the hinge covers. So we remove this plastic covering, and we can either use the screwdriver again to help us remove it. My fingers are a little bit clumsy this morning. Okay, it's off. And then we try again using the screwdriver to pry the hinge covers up. And finally, we work it off. Okay, I had a little bit of trouble with this, but it's not that hard. Just take your time and don't hurry it, and eventually come off. This is the hardest part of the whole procedure. The rest is not as complicated. Okay, for this type of screen, it is mounted on the sides to the metal mounting brackets with some screws, so we have to be able to reach either 2 or 3 screws on each side. In this case, I believe it's 3. And it looks like it's easily reachable for us without doing any further steps. So we remove 1, 2, 3 screws on each side, and we use our PH1 screwdriver. We have 1, and we use our my metal tweezers to take the screw out, and again start a new pile, put on the side. And when you're doing this, once again, make sure that the screen is tilted back, so when you remove all of the screws, the laptop doesn't fall forward on you. And for this design, it was a very good design because they left openings in the sides for you to reach the screws. Most laptops don't do that. This makes the job a lot easier for us. So we do the same thing on both sides. On the other side, 1, 2, and 3. And now all the screws are removed. And once we do that, we gently start tipping the screen forward. And right away we see that the webcam cable is attached to the back of the screen. So we hold the webcam cable while tilting the screen forward, and there was some adhesive tape that came off, and put the screen down like so, and just lift up the webcam cable so it's no longer attached to the screen. Okay, next step, for this type of screen, or for this type of laptop and this type of screen, there's only one connector that you have to remove in order to remove the screen, and it's secured by some adhesive tape. So we use our X-Acto blade to lift up a corner and start lifting up the adhesive tape like so. 1 and 2. Same thing on the other side. 1 and 2. Okay, what we want to do next is the video cable. The back of the video cable has some adhesive that's attached to the screen also. So we lift that up, and the last step is to slide the connector out once we lift up the video cable, and we pull it out like so, and now the screen is free. Before we go any further, I'm going to show you how to reconnect this connector because that's the biggest source of trouble that I see. So when you slide the connector in, you should feel but not hear 2 clicks. That means the connector is properly engaged. And let's get a close-up. Pause the video right there. There should not be a gap in the seam of the 2 sides of the connection. The 2 sides of the connection should be flush with each other. So right there is a good connection, and make sure yours looks like this. Okay, once again, we slide the connector out, and let's take a look at the screen. This is a 15.6-inch LED screen, and as of late 2012, that's the most common screens available on laptops. And let's look at the part number. The part number you need to look up is LP156WH4. LP156WH4. Now when you get your screen in, most likely the part number will be different, but everything else will look exactly the same because 5 or 6 different vendors make the exact same screen. Okay, you can also order this screen from us, from Screen Surgeons, and what you get with us is free email technical support on the screen installation. So when you're installing and you have any questions, just send us email and we'll answer it. You also get this exact same toolkit for free with the screen. The toolkit comes with the screen that we sell. We have a 2-year warranty on the screen, so if there's any problems during the 2 years, we'll replace it at no charge. And we have fast delivery. We have warehouses on the East Coast and the West Coast, so when you order ground, your screen will get there most likely in 3 days or less. And if you live outside of the United States, you can order from us also, and we can ship to most countries around the world. To order from us, go to www.screensurgeons.com. There will be a short form for you to fill out, and that will lead you to the right screen to buy it online and just go through checkout. Okay, once you receive your new screen, make sure the connector and the size is what's the same as the original screen. Then next, connect the connector as I showed you. Mount the screen in the metal mounting brackets. Put the 3 screws in on each side. Snap the screen bezel on. Put the 2 screws in at the bottom and put on screw covers, and that's it. And your screen should be ready to go. Okay, that's it. Once again, my name is Eugene Panrutkovich. I'm the laptop screen doc, and the name of the website is www.screensurgeons.com. Thank you very much, and good luck.